Building my first ever PC using some of the best parts that money can buy. It sounds like a simple task if you have the money laying about, but in reality it's extremely hard / impossible to grab some of these components what I've got in this video. And I will explain how I managed to grab some of them during the video when I'm building it, but for now, let's just kind of go over why I'm building this PC. Previously, I was using an Alienware Aurora R6, which has an Intel i7 7700 processor, which is a bit of a mouthful, and a GTX 1070, which are both great components for anyone looking to game at 1080p. However, the upgrade path with this pre-built PC is very limited due to the motherboard and case. I wanted to be able to stream games whilst playing at the best settings at 2K, and this wasn't possible with the PC. And this is where the new computer is going to shine, and if anything, be slightly over the top. Before I talk about my experience building this PC, I've listed all of the components and linked them in the description in case anybody is interested in seeing the full specs and where to buy them individually. Now let's talk about this somewhat stressful experience. The first issue was actually buying the parts at a good price. Most of the items on Amazon weren't too much of an issue, but I used a website called Camel, and I know it sounds very weird, but it's a website where you can compare previous prices for items sold on Amazon. This gave me a good idea on how cheap I can buy the components if I was patient enough. And the website also has a cool feature where you can get notified by email if the prices drop on any items. The only two components I wasn't able to get on Amazon was the CPU and GPU. Firstly, when it came to the CPU, I went with the Ryzen 5800x, which is an overlooked CPU due to the price tag. I was able to purchase it on a UK website called Overclockers at £380 in January. The extra cores and threads are useful, especially when it comes to recording and streaming, so that's why I picked it over the 5600X. And now onto the GPU, which I'm sure everybody is curious how I managed to get that. And if you've tried to grab one yourself, you are kind of aware that you have no choice in which card you want to buy. That's literally just because any stock sells out within a few seconds due to the bots instantly buying them. If you're a normal person like me and want to buy one without paying twice the price on eBay, the best and pretty much only option is to follow a bot on Discord, which pins whenever stock comes in. I usually have Discord open whenever I'm on my PC anyways, so whenever I got a notification, it instantly popped up and gave me the best chances to get an RTX 3080. I was following this bot for over a month. Every time I opened up a link right away after the notification, I wasn't able to add it to the basket. So that's pretty much how you know whether or not you're able to get it, if you can get it into the basket or not. And this happened to me time and time again, and that's just because the bots were too quick. However, I got extremely lucky and managed to get one into the cart, and I managed to buy myself a Gigabyte GTX 3080 at £820, which is actually one of the best cards, so I'm very happy with that. Okay, time to talk about actually building the PC. It took me a grand total of 7 hours to build and do all the cable management. You might be curious how it took me that long to build, and that's because I was watching tutorials as I was building the PC just in case I was doing anything wrong, and I also had a few breaks in between. The hardest part was by far mounting the CPU cooler. I made it look pretty easy with the editing by showing only the successful parts, but believe me, it was a pain to say the least. The cooler I bought has two 140mm fans, which normally people go with the 120mm fans, and that ended up being an issue as I struggled to fit the radiator into the case to begin with, and then had to remove it later to wire the CPU, power and fans to the motherboard at the top of the case, as I had no access to it. And then after I've mounted the radiator, I struggled to even mount it to the CPU because it has some weird latch system where you have to like insert the clip into it and hold it, and also mount it with the obviously thermal paste on it, so it was a bit of a weird thing. I eventually got that done, but I don't know how people do it with just one person. I had to have my mum help me do it, as you probably saw in the clips. It was just impossible to do it by myself for the cooler itself. But other than that, I eventually got everything else mounted and it went pretty smoothly. Finally, the moment you've all been waiting for. Time to show you what the beast of a PC looks like. I'm extremely happy how it's turned out. Just everything pretty much works smoothly. I've played a few games, I've installed all the stuff. As you can imagine, this PC does handle all the games at the highest settings, even with ray tracing enabled, including Cyberpunk 2077, which previously I literally couldn't run it on 1080p, even though I've got 2K monitors at 1080p with the lowest settings, above 60 FPS. So I can run it at above 60 FPS with ray tracing on now, which is just insane with max settings. But my channel has mainly got Minecraft content, and I thought I might as well show you the before of what FPS I was at on vanilla Minecraft and the after. And then afterwards, I'm actually going to show you what Minecraft RTX looks like on my computer, because I haven't seen Minecraft RTX in person and I haven't loaded it up yet, so I'm quite excited to see how good it looks. So here we are, we're on Minecraft and it's on the Windows 10 edition, which is the RTX. So I'm going to just play on the world what I've downloaded. I don't know how it's going to go. I hope it works because I haven't actually tried it out yet, so fingers crossed it works. Okay, so I've got the world loaded up. I just need to create it. As you can tell, it's the aquatic adventure. I guess we're going to find out what it looks like. It does look insane just from the outside, but we'll see how it performs when we're playing. Okay, so it looks pretty standard at the moment. I mean, I say it looks pretty standard. It looks a bit above standard. We've got like this little, obviously, water effect, what's shining in from the light. I guess we just gotta go forward. Do we go up or what do we do? It does look pretty nice. Ooh, the water from above looks quite nice as well. The reflections. Yeah, where are we going? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, that looks much better. Now we can see a lot more. What about when you're underneath? You can't see that far underwater, which is kind of fair, but it looks so good. You wouldn't think this is Minecraft with like some of the stuff. Like, I really do wish that it could look like this on the regular version and not just like the RTX like Windows 10 edition. That it's so smooth as well. Like there's no jitter at all here. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to set it to night because I want to know what it looks like at night because it's gonna look insane. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look at sunset. Okay, so this is the sunset. Which, where's it setting? I don't know, it's setting somewhere over there, but this just does look so nice. I've put myself in creative now, so I would have to deal with anything else. It looks insane. What? Okay, now this is the bit where it looks insane. It's like the actual ray tracing with the glass. I don't know whether or not it's going to create shadows what are coloured. I don't know whether or not that's a thing. Okay. Now this is the difference between RTX and regular. Look at the glow. It's the glow and everything what just looks so nice. Like, what in the world? I'm kind of taking it all in. It's a bit too much. Like what? I don't even understand what's happening here. Is this what? Why is it this color? Is this just? It's red That's terracotta. They must have like a resource pack on this to make it look so good. Ooh. All I can say is this just does look super, super nice. And obviously it runs ridiculously smooth, so... I mean, I cannot complain. Oh, that's a nice water effect. There, with the water and the light coming in. It looks so... Like, this just doesn't look like Minecraft when you look at stuff like this. Oh, okay. I'm very tempted to start a series with RTX. Or potentially, instead of doing it with RTX, just do it with a shaders pack on the regular Minecraft. That would have to deal with the funkiness of Windows 10. And it's not fully like working. I'm pretty sure there's a few glitches, like there's a little bit of a glitch there. There's a few glitches, but it just does look so nice. Like the shadows look very, very nice. Like it's a lot more realistic than the shaders what you can get. I feel the shaders go a bit too far with specific stuff and it uses quite a lot, whereas this feels a lot more optimized for the RTX. So yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with how that worked. I think that's pretty much covers everything. The computer is completely built, it's functioning, it looks amazing, it plays amazing, and that's all I really wanted from it. And it's definitely worth the price. I have been saving up a lot of money for it, and obviously it costs a lot of money. And I will be selling my old PC. I'm not going to do like a dual setup. I don't really think I need it, to be honest, because it's so powerful. But if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to click the like button. Also consider subscribing, because I will be doing a lot more cool content in the future and not just reaction videos, especially with this computer. And I will be doing some live streams over at Twitch in the near future, so if you want to check that out, that's also linked in the description. Other than that, I hope that you have a good day, and I hope that this video kind of shed a bit of light on how to build your own computer, and also a few little tips and tricks on how to buy components for as cheap as possible. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later.